Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to do the challenge today for BookTube, which is to pick 5 books that I would teach if I was a teacher. So basically, I would make these 5 books mandatory reads. Now, I always hated in school when they made you read a book. To me, I like to read what I like to read, and I shouldn't be forced to read something that I'm not going to enjoy. Lord of the Flies being one of them. I hated Lord of the Flies. Hated that book. I couldn't get through it. It just didn't make much sense to me. I mean, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this because a lot of people love that book. But my grade 10 English teacher made us read it for summer school. So, like, I was one of those geeky kids who decided that I was in grade 10 going to do summer school so that I could get more credits so I could graduate early. Well, it turns out I didn't graduate early. I just ended up graduating with more English credits than anything because grade 10 math set me back and set me back and set me back. In fact, I was a straight A student from grade 9 to grade 13, which in Canada we used to have grade 13. Except for math. I eventually, once I passed math, then I became, like straight A's and was on the honor roll and won scholarships to go to college once I graduated from high school. But it wasn't until I finally passed that grade 10 general math, which made no sense because I was in advanced everything else. Advanced drama, advanced English. In fact, in grade 9, I was taking grade 9 English and then advanced English, and then grade 10, I was taking advanced English, but then because I took it over this summer, the advanced class, then I was actually able to take grade 11 English when I was actually only in grade 10. So, yeah, and I remember really hating that book, and I remember that I had to rewrite that paper, and I think I didn't get a good grade on it, so that really stuck with me. And I was on newspaper club at the time, and the English teacher was one of the people that helped out with that, and she helped out with yearbook, which I was also on, of course, and she was like, "Why are you so mad at me all of a sudden?" Because I got along with her, and in fact, I was one of the best students because, I was such a suck-up. And I told her, I hated that book, and she agreed with me that, we shouldn't be forced to read stuff. Anyways, it is what it is. I'm over it now. I'm in my 40s. It's a long time ago. So, now, I've been thinking about this all day. It is almost 9 o'clock, and I've been thinking for 6 hours, what books would I choose? And other than the obvious ones, like Catcher in the Rye, which I don't know if they made us read that or not, but I would pick Catcher in the Rye for one of the books that I think that everybody should read. So if I was a teacher, everybody would have to read Catcher in the Rye. There needs to be more books like Catcher in the Rye. There needs to be more books like that include that character, Holden Caulfield. So that would be my number 1. Number 2 would probably be The Shining. Now, that's kind of weird, but The Shining was one of the very first Stephen King books I ever read, other than Carrie. And it really, really resonated with me. I don't know, it just was such a good story, and it was scary, and it had, a mystery, will he kill his family? Won't he? What will happen? And does Overlook Hotel really exist? And I don't know, I just think everybody should experience the book, The Shining. Now, the movie was very, very good. However, the book was 1,000 times better than, as always. So, I wrote some down here, some of my favorites, and some that I have never read. So, I have never read War and Peace. It is on my to-be-read list, and actually it is on for this challenge. I do not think I'll be able to get through it. I am on book 4 right now, but book 4? book 5. I started book 5 today, which is the Rosie Project. I haven't read very much of it because I've been very busy, and I don't know how far I will get into it. I don't know if it'll just, like, this will be it, because we're running out of days. I only have 2 more days. I will definitely not get through War and Peace. However, by the end of the summer, that is my goal. I definitely want to read it. I've never read it. I have a copy of it. I just never read it. I don't know why. I have had many, many opportunities to read it. It's just one of those books that I just haven't. So I think that people should read the War and Peace. They need to read more classics. I mean, there's plenty of books right now that can go on to be classics, like Fault in Our Stars, which is another one I'm going to make you read, because I'm your teacher and I get to tell you what to read, because that was such a good story. I mean, there's been plenty of other books that have come and gone now, but I read The Fault in the Stars before it was a movie, before it was even going to be a movie, and I love everything that John Green does. He really knows how to, like, he's a really good writer, and he knows how to, like, I wouldn't even say he's a good young author writer, like a YA author. He's just a very good author, and I think that he definitely knows the genre, and he knows the words to use, he knows the lingo, he knows how to pull your heartstrings, because there's been a lot of books that I've read that since then that have tried to copy his style, and I really could give 2 craps about these characters. So yeah. Now how much is that? 3, I believe. Another one I wrote down is 1984. Now, I was forced to read 1984 in school, and I know I just said that I hated to read 1984, like I hated when they forced us, but that was one that I shouldn't say I was forced. We had 5 books or 4 books or whatever to choose from, and 1984 was at Animal House were the ones we could choose from. I didn't read Animal House until like a few years ago, but 1984 I did read, and I think everybody should read it. Again, it is a classic. It's, you know, like, everybody should have read this in their life. And I believe it's even on, like, a list of the top 100 books you should read before you die. So, and I don't even think that I like it just because it was a good story. I think I like it because I like the fact that it is one of the oldest books that I can remember. Well, it's probably, I don't even know what year that it came out, but War and Peace is probably a lot older than that one. But I don't know, I just really like it, and I don't know, I can't explain it. I like it. So you're going to have to read it because I'm telling you to. Now, something else, what else do I like that I should read? I think that's 4, right? So which one did I write down? Okay, I wrote this one down, but you know what? I think I'm going to change it. Yeah, I'm going to change it because I don't think everybody has to read Lord of the Rings. I think that that should be your choice if you want to read Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to, I do have it down, but I'm going to change it. I'm actually going to change it to something a little bit more, like, current. Does that make any sense? So I did write down quite a bit. Okay. No, you know what? I'm changing it again. I'm changing it again. I was going to do that. I think that you should read the Rosie Project because it has got a good lesson in it, and 13 Reasons Why also has a really good lesson in it. But ignore those. If you want to read them, read them. I'm not making you read them because you don't have to read it right this second. But as your teacher, you are going to have to read Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Now, people of a certain age will have read this book. It's by Judy Blume. But if you are watching this and you are a teenager or a young adult, you will not even probably know what this book is about. It was published in like probably 70, 71. And it's about this young girl who, it's basically a coming-of-age story, and she gets her period, and, you know, she falls in love, and I believe her parents are getting divorced, or, yeah, her parents got divorced, so she's, like, going through all of this stuff, and she's praying to God, you know, basically to say, hey, are you there? Are you listening to me? Because all these things I'm praying for, none of it's coming true. So, yeah, it is, I think it's characterized as a young adult book, but it's not a young adult. It's definitely not young adult, I don't think. I mean, there's some pretty, you know, I probably read it when I was in grade school, so that's, like, before there was such a thing as young adult. But, so anyways, those are my 5 picks that you need to read. I do have copies of all of these books, however, I didn't bring any of them with me except for the Rosie Project, because I am actually reading it right now and it is in front of me. So so far I'm really enjoying this. It is it was an international bestseller, and I do also believe that it has, like, I think there's like a movie coming out, and there's another, yeah, I'm looking up, there's a movie that's going to be coming. Of course it is. But this guy can write. I mean, like, he's a very good writer. And there's not a lot of people that I would give a compliment to, because I'm very picky. And because I am a writer, I think there's a lot of books out there that just are crap, that people just will read because, hey, guess what? Oprah told me to read this, or Ellen, or whoever said to read this, so I'm going to. And I love it because they told me to love it. Unfortunately, I don't work that way. I did not like the 50 Shades of Grey series at all. I will not read those. I mean, I won't touch the movies. Yeah. And, you know, there's other books that I couldn't get into. They just weren't my style, and that's okay. Everybody's different, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching this. It is day 4 today? Day 5 today? I think it's day 5 today. I skipped yesterday because my son was sick, and that came before anything else. But you can watch my other ones that I put up. There will be The Eye in the Sky, as well as the link below, or just go to check out my other videos. And as always, don't forget to like this one, comment of what's your favorite book, and if you had to choose 5, what 5 would you choose? And please, I would love it if you hit that red subscribe button, and then there's that little bell. Hit the bell, and then every time I upload, which is going to be not just on Tuesdays, it's going to be very frequent, and like I said, I'm going to try to get these book reviews and talk about books a lot more. I don't even know why I didn't think of this before. I didn't even know this is a thing. And when I started this channel, I didn't really have a focus, and now, you know what? I do. I feel like I found my community. I found my people. I found the love of books again, and it surprises me because with all the technology, the ebooks, and, you know, even magazines are online now. So I love that people are still reading. I love that you're supporting, you know, bookstores. Preferably smaller bookstores. But if you have to go to a big name bookstore, go to a big name bookstore, as long as you're reading a book and you're supporting the author. So, anyways, have yourself a fantastic weekend. Bye.